is Bold TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bold TV, BOLD, Beautiful Outstanding Ladies with Disabilities. Bold TV is powered by Bold Hearts Initiative, and we come your way every Saturday, 10:30 a.m., bringing you informative, educative, and sometimes entertaining content regarding disability matters, especially for women with disabilities. We are here to inform and educate. It's a form of advocacy for the public, both persons with disability and persons without disability, so that we can help to create a more accessible and inclusive world. So welcome to today's episode. And today I'll be your host. And I have amazing ladies here with me who will be helping me do justice to the topic for today. But before I tell you what we are talking about today, I just want to let you know that your presence is highly appreciated. For everyone who is always there, they steadfastly join us, they tune in every Saturday, you watch our videos, and the real MVPs are those who go ahead to share the videos and comment. We appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much for always supporting us. And if you want to support us in any other way, coming on the show, sending in suggestions, sending in money, we will collect. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So today we are here to talk about beliefs. Today we are going to talk about beliefs. And my topic says beliefs, the silent catalyst. For those of us who have been to school, who did science, if you did your chemistry, and you will know what a catalyst is. A catalyst is anything that facilitates or ensures that a reaction takes place but does not participate in the reaction. So I am of the opinion that your beliefs play that same role. So, but let's not let the cat out of the bag, because I'm not the only one who'll be talking about it. So, but before we start, as is our usual tradition, I'm going to allow the ladies introduce themselves, and then we'll dive right in. So, welcome, ladies. Frecky, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Beautiful people, good morning. How are you? This is the last Saturday of the month of October. I hope you are ready for a brand new month in a bit. My name is Frecky Andrew Estienne. I'm based in Port Harcourt in Rivers State. I'm the ED of Faker Foundation, a member of Bold Hearts Initiative, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. Welcome.
All right, thank you. Good to have you as usual. All right, Joy, you are our guest for today, and it's great to have you on the show. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. My name is Joy Wong. I'm a young woman with physical impairments. I reside in Akwa Ibom State. I'm a social inclusion advocate. I am the South Youth Coordinator for Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities. And I'm also in the advisory councils of the Commonwealth Youth and Children Disability Network, representing Africa. And I'm the Executive Director of Youth for Change Initiative. Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to having an insightful conversation. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. A woman who wears many hats. Wow, it's good to have you here. And as usual, I'm sure you missed me. I am your host. My name is Afyong Etem. I'm a medical lab scientist, amongst other things. I live and work in Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. I'm also a member of Bold Hearts Initiative. Welcome once again. So, as we usually do, we're going to just lay a foundation, with regarding this topic. We need to lay a foundation so that people know, then we can build on it subsequently. So when we hear beliefs, more often than not, people tend to lean towards, religion, the spiritual when we talk about beliefs. But I think that beliefs are, go beyond that. But today we are not talking about, our spiritual beliefs, even though they also play a role. Today we'll be talking about beliefs, but we are going to explain what beliefs are. So I just like us to start by talking about what beliefs are. What are beliefs? All right, Joy, take it away. What are beliefs?
So I would say that beliefs are conviction. Beliefs are deeply held convictions. So things that we have maybe listened to over time, accepted them and held on to them firmly and thought to it that these are it, even though they may be false or true. So they may come in as false, they may come in as true. But then these are deep convictions that we have held on to firmly, caused by diverse factors. So I want to keep it short. So that's what I know belief.
Right. Beliefs are deeply held convictions. Deeply held. I want you to take note of the word deep, because when we talk about beliefs, imagine that your mind is, like a computer. You've often heard the saying, garbage in, garbage out. The same thing that's the negative aspect, but you can also have value in, value out as a positive aspect. So beliefs are like, they are the foundation, like the software of a computer, the reason why that computer can run. So imagine that your mind is a computer. So the beliefs you have are like the software that helps your mind function. So whatever you are able to see, the way you see things, the way you, interpret things, the way you approach and interact with people is often influenced by your beliefs. Your actions, your behaviors, your attitudes are influenced by your beliefs. They influence, they determine the kind of habits you form, the things that you do, the beliefs you have. And more often than not, we are not in most cases, we are not aware of these beliefs because we've held them for so long, we've had them for so long. So most times we do not even know they are there. We find ourselves doing things and we don't even realize why we do those things. So your beliefs often influence the way you act, the way you speak, the way you respond, the way you interact with the world in general. Your beliefs will often be the underlying factor. What is fueling what you do? So thank you very much, Joy. Now that we've talked about what we've laid a foundation that, okay, this is what beliefs are. They are like a compass, what guides or directs your life and how you go about everything you do. So let's talk about how beliefs are formed. How are beliefs formed?
So like I earlier mentioned, there are factors that actually influences belief, and these are how they are actually formed. So beliefs are formed through diverse means. One, beliefs can be also formed from yourself, personal self-motivated belief. So you just, maybe something happened to you once, happens to you again, happened to you the third time, and you formed an opinion around it, and you believe, say, oh, okay, I'm convinced that this is what is going. So it becomes a conviction that you've absorbed, and over time you're holding on to it, and before you know it, it becomes your personal belief. The environment itself also has a way contributing to those deep convictions that you have, that you hold on, and it becomes belief, where the society is saying, this is it, this is how it is, even when you possibly have a different thought or opinion towards it. But because the society keeps saying, this is it, that is that, and sometimes even the things we weren't even born to come and see, and we heard over time, sometimes people pick it up from there. And they used to, if you stand in this place, if you carry these stones, before you know, you become this and you become that. They've held on to those convictions deeply, and it becomes a belief. And the environments, like I said, we found ourselves, even the academic world. Over times in the academic world, we've been taught different things and we've said different things. And before you know it, people hold on to those and it becomes conviction. So those are how beliefs are actually formed, even from our families. Our different family orientation, our backgrounds, how our family orientates us, tells us this is how we do things. In this family, we do like this, we act like this, because if we don't do like this. So all of those becomes a deep conviction when we have now held on to it firmly, and it influences our thoughts, influences the way we reason or we act, and becomes our belief. So those are how beliefs are formed.
All right, thank you so much. Frankie, I'm coming to you. You've mentioned a few things. You said beliefs can be motivated. You've also talked about, circumstances, experiences. And one thing that you mentioned is also nurturing, because more often than many of the beliefs, the deeply held convictions that come from our subconscious have been there for a long time. It's not like something you just woke up and it happened. It's been like a program, how you program a computer. It's been programmed, we've been programmed over and over. We've heard it over and over until we now internalize it, we now adopt it and say, yes, it is true. And we take it and we run with it. So Freki, do you want to add to this, how beliefs are formed?
Okay, beliefs can be formed by a person's religious background. So there are some core beliefs that come from a person's religious affiliations. They can affect your value system, because whether we like it or not, we're spiritual beings, and there's a tendency for what you've heard over from time again, depending on your religious setting, that can inform your value system and how you act. Another one, I know they mentioned experiences, but I would like to mention experiences at the time of one's formative years. So as a child, what were some of the things that you were exposed to when you were hitting those milestones during the formative years? This can also form a person's belief system. And finally, I would say that another thing that can inform a person's belief system is peer influence. So what's happening between your peer circle? What is the influence that your peers may have? Because as one grows, a person's circle of influence changes. And for a lot of young people, peers are the direct influences that informs their belief system. So peer influence can also affect a person's belief system. I think the last one I want to ask is your direct support system can also affect your belief system. So if your direct support is coming from, let's say, family, it can form a very, very, very powerful part of your belief system. So I've said quite a bit. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Thank you so much. You mentioned, I like the fact that you mentioned the peer group. When we talk about the influence of peers, many people tend to only focus on children. Children are not the only ones that are, succumb to peer pressure. Even as adults, your peers are people you within the same age group or within the same circles that you find yourself, people that, within a certain age group that are close to you in age and maybe your experiences. And then, it's possible that the people you interact with can influence the way you think, the way you act. So if you walk on the ground like chickens, like you hang around chickens, even if you're an eagle, you will behave like a chicken. But if you're a chicken and you hang around eagles, you find yourself flying. So there's a saying that what you behold, you become. In most cases, most times, what we are exposed to over and over, we find ourselves, becoming that thing. It may not be, sometimes it's not consciously, we are not even aware that we are beginning to think and act like what we've been seeing. It's like children watching cartoons. Soon you see them begin to talk like the cartoon characters and, sometimes act out what they see. So your beliefs are often formed over time, repetition, repeated exposure to a particular thing, a particular circumstance, your culture, different things can come together to form the beliefs that you hold. So thank you, ladies. Let's move on. Now we're going to talk about types of beliefs. And we have two types of beliefs. We have empowering beliefs and we have limiting beliefs. Empowering beliefs are those beliefs that, like the word says, they empower you, they encourage you, they, give you they motivate you and help you to go on. Well, limiting beliefs are those beliefs that, keep you down. They, you have low self-esteem, you feel inadequate. So let's think of some examples. What are those empowering beliefs? What are some empowering beliefs that, people have or people can have? Joy, please answer.
All right. Thank you. So, you've asked about the empowering beliefs and the limiting beliefs. So the empowering beliefs have takes position of the word I can. It personifies and empowers you to it boosts the person's ability, thinking from the perspective of, I can do it, I can push, I can give it a try. So empowering in a sense that, let's say for example, you're a person with disability and you are first you've gone to school, everybody's applying for a job and you're feeling like, oh, let's look at the empowering one. People are feeling like, okay, will she be able to do it? And then you show up strong and say, I can do it. I can take up the role. I want to try it. I want to do it. And then you move. So you are, your belief is, you are telling yourself, you are energizing yourself, you are motivating yourself to say that I can do this despite or devoid of whatever circumstances that is surrounding. While the limiting one says you can't do it because it's looking at the circumstance that is before you and has failed you over time with these circumstances to tell you that because you have disability, you have an impairment, you cannot do it. This impairment is going to limit you. Even if you want to try, this impairment won't allow you to do it. You are not educated like every other person, so don't even want to do anything around education. Maybe you are too old to go to school. Don't go to school. Your brain will not carry it. It's already giving you those mindsets. So it's limiting you and making you to absorb and believe that the brain that God created, the brain that scientists have told us that can accommodate so much even more than a computer, cannot actually take it because you've reached a certain age. So you've absorbed the belief, which sometimes, of course, with the factors we've already mentioned, could have been the reason that had influenced you to think that way. So those are limiting. While the other one says, I can do it, I will try it, I'll go about doing it. And of course, set your mind towards doing it. Even if the person does it the first time and didn't get it perfect, he said, okay, I'm going to retry it and I'll keep doing it. So those empowers and makes the person's mindset to also shift towards a positive thinking, to also have a positive belief. Because lest I say, we have both negative and positive beliefs that we hold on to firmly. So yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I like the fact that when you talked about empowering belief, you used the word try. Because most times people think that empowering belief, that, being positive means you're lying or, the reality is there. But the fact that you're actually willing to try, that is more important than whatever, the actual performance itself. The fact that you have seen that, I may not know it now, but if I can make an attempt or do what I need to do to be able to know how to do it, that means you've seen that there's potential within you. You're not just giving up and saying, I don't have this, so automatically that means I'm capable. So Frankie, do you want to add to that? And I want you to come from the angle of how disability, plays a role in this.
Okay, so empowering beliefs are beliefs within the disability ecosystem that do not or highlight overly a person's impairment, rather focuses on the person's abilities. That's within the disability community, while a limiting belief is one that focuses heavily on the obvious or invisible disability and emphasizes a person's inadequacies based on those impairments or disabilities. Also, within the disability ecosystem, we would say that an empowering belief is one that focuses on your strong points. So a lot of times when we're doing self-esteem lessons, we ask people, yes, it's easy to obviously say what is wrong or what is not right. Can you focus on the positives that you think you have currently? So an empowering belief system is one that focuses a lot on fanning and, exaggerating those positive aspects of one's personal life, while a limiting belief system is one that says or tells you that we know all those ones, but this one is more important. This one is more of an issue than the positives that one has. Finally, when it comes to empowering beliefs, an empowering belief is one that tells or does not define a person only by disability. Because when a person is defined by only the person's ability status, you start limiting that person to only what can come from or after or within the disability space. And why am I saying this? Because I found a lot of persons with disabilities who cannot find themselves outside of the disability, even in work. And I'm like, that's a very limiting approach to life, because you can be a lot more that is not have nothing to do with disability, So in order for me not to jam person, as you can see, let me end here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The disability angle is something that it can be both from the individual and also from society. It can be internal and also external. Society tells you what you can do and what you cannot do. And then you now decide to internalize it. You take it in and say, yes, they said I cannot be part of this thing. They said it's only for certain people. And you don't question it. You just accept it. Who said so? Because number one, before an external limiting belief can have impact, you yourself already think it. Because if somebody were to walk up to me and tell me, oh, you can't come and do this, I'll be like, why? That's my first question. Why? Because I know that I am capable. Yes, it won't be as easy as, maybe it would be for somebody who doesn't have a disability. But I refuse to accept that it is impossible. You have to convince me and tell me why it is impossible. I won't just accept it. You can't tell me, oh, there's nothing we can do. What have you done already before you say there's nothing we can do? So beliefs are often personal first. They're often internal first before the external. So before somebody can come and tell you something and it has an impact, it's because you have already believed it of yourself, both positive and negative. If you already think you are confident, you are capable, by the time somebody comes to you and says, hey, I think you can do this, you said, yes, I believe so. I think I can do it. And if somebody comes to you and you don't believe, you have low self-esteem and you think you're not capable, somebody comes to you and says, don't worry, I don't think you can handle this one. You say, let me rest. Maybe the next one I will try, because you already believe it. There's a proverb in my language that says that the rat inside is the one that opens the door for the rat outside to come in. So are you the one opening the door for limiting beliefs? Ask yourself this way. I want you to answer that question for yourself. So now let's move on. Thank you, ladies. Your contributions have been very insightful. Now that we've identified the types of beliefs, can we now, talk about how the negative, the limiting beliefs can be overcome and the right kind of beliefs can be installed? Like when software is outdated, how do we update this software and get it to function the way it should function? Joy, I'll start with you.
Okay, so how do we get over it? So I would want to give a rhetorical question. The question is, how did we even get to accepting it? The same way we got to accepting it is the same way we can actually let it go. Someone said something. We came to inherit something. We heard something. We pondered over it. We accepted it, internalized it. We owned it. We held on to it. Other times, circumstances, situations, we found ourselves. Talk about impairments. We found us, we have an impairment, maybe in the course of life, maybe while at birth, maybe just somewhere, maybe we had an impairment, and before you realize it, we now say, the society thinks this way about the impairment, hence I can't do it, so I can't do it. And that is because we have absorbed something. So how do we get over it? We get over it first by keeping a positive mindset. Whatever comes in, if it is not perfect, if it does not edify, if it does not show my strength and ability, I do not accept it. I do not internalize it. I do not own it. I do not make it mine. You start by filtering what you accept, filtering the beliefs that come to you, the conviction that you are holding on to. What convictions am I holding on to? Are they worth it? How does it better my person? How does it better my life? The long one that I've actually held on to, where has it led me to? What can I do? Now, focus on also your strengths. What are your strengths where people are saying you can't do it? Can you show stronger and then work on those strengths of yours? Is it something that has to do with academic? You have not gone to school. You actually, in today's world that we found ourselves, you don't need to be in the four walls of a classroom to actually learn. We have a lot of opportunities everywhere. The social media, the internet space, so many opportunities. You have a smartphone as a person with disability. What are you using it for? What are you doing with it? Are you just limiting yourself to saying, oh, they say persons with disability cannot actually know how to do digital marketing, hence you are not doing digital marketing? Because even if I do, nobody would reach out to me for me to work for them. You've already accepted and gone beyond, sometimes decided to even think to say, oh, nobody's gonna accept it. Why don't you put the effort? So I think the first part of getting over it is filter what comes to you. If it doesn't edify you, if it doesn't make you stronger, if it does not improve the circumstance you've already found yourself, do not accept it. Let them not become your conviction. And secondly, work on your strengths. What are those things you are good and perfect in? What are those things that you even have little abilities? What are even those things you have passion over? Maybe you don't even have skill around you, but you are very passionate about them. Can you start fueling your passion? Can you start working on your strengths to enable and your strength to be able to overcome it, so that while people are saying you can't do it, and you've already improved and worked on your weaknesses to be able to do it, and you show strong and you are doing it, putting it in the faces of the people saying you can't do it. I mean, that is the first way where you've knocked off disbelief, you knocked off negative thoughts. So yes, that's it.
All right, thank you so much. So first of all, filter. Like I said, what you behold, you become. Filter. Be intentional. What you allow, you give access to you. Filter. Secondly, work on your strengths. Identify first, what are you good at? And then focus on it. Because what you keep looking at, that is what will become bigger. Focus on those things that you're good at. Focus on making it better. And you'll be surprised. At some point, you won't even see weaknesses anymore. All right, Frankie, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. So one of the things I would like to speak to persons with disabilities. And I want us to really be honest. A lot of times we allow disability to cloud our judgment. We allow disability to cloud how we value ourselves. Sometimes we call stigma and discrimination when it really isn't, and we self-stigmatize. There's a reason why I'm going through this angle. Sometimes things don't happen not because of disability, but just because you fell short of merit. I've had people come and then they now talk about it. I said, no, you didn't do well. You were trying to ride on the PT votes and it didn't work this time. That sometimes PT votes may not work all the time. Sometimes expertise is actually needed. Mediocrity not entertained. So as persons with disabilities, we must understand that we cannot continue to float below the radar of average and expect people to receive us. Sometimes we have to understand that there's a place for genuine expertise in things. Merit is a thing where you step into a place and nobody can counter your value. They don't now assign your value to disability. Someone tried it with me and I told her off. I said, you do not dare. Don't try it. The way you are inside this place is the same way I am inside this place. It has nothing to do with how we entered. That you walked in or I wheeled in is not the reason why we're selected for this process. And that is because I understood and I believed the value that I was bringing to that space. So what have I said? You must be able to continue to gain expertise so much so that nobody can question the value that you're bringing to a place. If you believe in yourself, it's very difficult for people to put you down and now ascribe your worth to only disability. I refuse it for you. I know exactly what I'm saying. I've had too many persons with disabilities who are qualified for a job who come to the back to ask me, is it for persons with disabilities? I said, I don't understand this question at all. I don't understand it. So you have put your metric system or your value system on disability or the wanting of disability in a space. That is you limiting yourself. That is a limiting belief. Understand that anywhere you come to, you have value to bring. It has nothing to do with whether you can see, whether you can hear. Yes, it may be that we need to do that double extra effort. But my God, bring it to the table so nobody can question your input. Let me, the passion is rising. Let me chill. But you understand, value yourself. Believe in yourself so that other people will believe in.
I feel you. I know where you're coming from. Believe me, it's enough to make anybody riled up because It's so easy to fall into the trap of, assigning, not looking beyond disability. You just, everything you do automatically, she's on a wheelchair and she can do this. What has that got to do with what you do? I don't get it. So if I was not on a wheelchair, we know how. So being on a wheelchair, is it my mind that is fractured? My mind is very intact. So just because my body is broken does not mean automatically my brain is broken. So when I do small things, in spite of her broken brain, she managed to do something. Jesus, I beg, let us help ourselves. We cannot afford, as women with disabilities, as persons with disabilities, we can't afford to allow other people determine our value. It has to, like Pig said, JB Pig Milk, they used to say it's in you. It's already there. You need to bring it out. First of all, ask yourself, do I have value? Before you go into any space, don't go. I know we've been conditioned by the charity model and, that you have something broken that needs to be fixed. You are secondhand, some of us have been, it has been said to us, like face to face from childhood. Some of us have been made to believe that we are less than human. But it is time you begin to question those things you've heard. One of the first things you can do to break away from limiting beliefs is start by questioning. Every time you think of, you respond in a particular way, ask yourself, why am I responding like this? Questioning. That will increase awareness. That's the first step to becoming aware. When you question what you see and what you do, you will begin to become more aware. You begin to understand yourself better. And that helps you to identify where there is, a virus or error in your system. And you can decide. And then another thing is that you cannot just say, I'm going to stop thinking like this. You don't delete a limiting belief. You replace it. You don't just delete it. You replace it with a positive one. So let's say, for example, you are, like Joy said, they invite you to come and do something, and you're like, I can't do it. I've never done this one before. Why don't you replace that belief by, I've never done this before, but I can try. I'll go and learn. Let me go and see how I can learn how to do it. And then by the time you walk into that space, you know that you're not intimidated. Nobody is expecting perfection. You go in there and they ask you, even if you don't know, please, I say it, not knowing something, there's no shame. Be very shameless. Tell them, I'm not familiar with this, but I'm a fast learner. That's evidence. That shows you have confidence. I'm a fast learner. I'm willing to learn. If you can show me how to go about it, I promise that I will learn and I will be able to execute it. That person will now see that, this one is not anyhow personal. So before you write yourself off and count yourself out, stop first and ask, is it truly impossible? This thing I'm thinking, is it true? Question your beliefs so that you gain awareness, and then you can now flip it, look for the positive and replace it, and then keep repeating it. The same way you repeated the negative one over and over and you got used to it, repeat the positive the same way over and over until it becomes your default setting. That is the way to help yourself. So ladies, thank you so much. I'm sure someone out there has heard, and they will begin to take those little steps to, change their beliefs and see how they can become a more powerful and authentic versions of themselves. So ladies, lastly, before we go, we're rounding up now. Let's just share at most maybe 2 core beliefs that drive you. What are 2 core beliefs that, drive you, and, these are 2 things that you fall back on, and anywhere you are, they determine how you respond. Freki.
All right, so my core value system, I believe that I have a purpose. Yeah, it's something that I believe in strongly, and it has nothing to do with disability, but has everything to do with the fact that I am alive and here present. So I believe deeply that I have a purpose. I'm not here on anybody's permission, and that I have a reason to live, and that I'm not just existing, and that I bring a lot of value wherever I find myself at the time. Why is this belief system important? Because it helps me to manifest it everywhere I am. You know that I'm there because I bring value to the place. My second belief system has to do with my Creator. I am sure that He's aware of me. That puts things in perspective so that when people try to make me feel inconsequential, I'm like the Creator of the universe, the one that has formed everything, knows even my name. And it brings me a lot of strength in my belief. I can go on with more, but these two are powerful and can help anyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I believe these are the things that anybody can adopt. If you don't have any that you say, please, you can feel free to adopt it too, because each and every one of us has a purpose. Whether it has begun to manifest or not, every one of us has a purpose. And God is aware of us, the one who created us and sent us here. And we are, as long as we are still here, then we are here for a reason. Joy.
All right. So thank you. In as much as those resonate with me, I also want to add to it to say that my belief system is that if there's someone that has to do it, then I have to be the one. And so for me to be the one, I have to also put myself in the position to actually gain the kind of knowledge that I need to gain, because there's someone out there who needs to hear it, who needs to be better with it, who needs to improve. And if, of course, nobody is there to do it, and I'm not doing it, then how would the society become a better place? So I have that conviction that even if it has to be one person doing it, then I have to be that one person. And to be that one person, for opportunities that must align me to be that one person, I'll take advantage of it, drive with it, run with it, and do it, because that is actually moving to impact somebody somewhere. Somebody somewhere needs to hear it. The world needs to become a better place. And to have the world a better place, you can only be better yourself to be able to better the world. That is one belief I have. And then the second belief I have is that if others can do it, then I can do it. So it doesn't have to be because of impairment or disability. If other people can do it, I can do it. And that is why I'm on edge. So definitely, whatever it takes to do it, I do it.
Okay, thank you so much. If something needs to be done, why, somebody is needed to do something, why not me? Sometimes when they are saying, oh, so we need someone, we just shift and hide. It's not me, let other people go. How will they know what you can do if you don't step out? Step out, you're afraid, just go like that. Tomorrow you'll be the most sought after, and you'll come and be beefing somebody else. Go out, let the world see what you have. And then if like you said, if any others can do it, then there's every possibility. The law of relativity, if other people can do that, if it is this, there's also this. So believe it. For me, the two core beliefs I want to share is that, one, I believe that there's always a solution. I have believed that long before I had a disability. It's always been something, when I'm faced with a challenge, I've always before I would get frustrated and, you feel like, why is this thing like this? But I find that when you begin to complain, your mind shuts down and refuses to think about solutions. So whenever I'm faced with a problem, I sit down. Yes, I'm frustrated, I'm upset, but I ask myself, how can we fix this? And once I think like that, my mind begins to come up with options. So I believe there's a solution to every problem. All you have to do is sit down, give your mind a chance, because it was designed to create. Give your mind a chance and you'll be surprised at what it can do. The second thing is that I believe there's more. There's more to me. So I'm not satisfied with where I am. I'm like, okay, I have a job, any salary, everything is going well. I believe there's more. I'm not just here to exist. I'm here to live, and beyond that, I'm here to create. I am a creator. So if I'm not creating solutions, I feel like I'm not doing enough. So there is more. And that is what motivates me and powers me to keep looking for opportunities to bring value. So these are just two of a few core values that I hold very dear. So ladies, thank you so, so much. This brings us to the end of this episode. I truly believe that someone out there no matter who it is, has gotten value from what we have shared here today. Thank you, ladies, for your robust and comprehensive contributions. It has been amazing. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure someone out there has learned the same. So to our online audience, thank you so much for always being there to support us, to, watching, commenting, sharing our videos. We really, really appreciate you. We look forward to coming your way next week, Saturday, 10:30 a.m., and we hope you will join us. So look forward to another episode with another, interesting topic to dissect. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. So ladies, let's unmute our mics and just say goodbye to the amazing people out there. So bye-bye. See ya. Believe in you. Believe in you.
Yes, amazing. For you.
This is Bold TV.